This one's wife suits us, but not you. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Lillian Gisson writes for the Daily Mail. This one's wife suits co-stars reignite reboot rumours as they reunite to star in Super Bowl commercial for Elf Cosmetics that sees them spoofing the legal drama. But the Duchess of Sussex is nowhere to be seen. Now, pausing there, you wouldn't necessarily expect the Duchess of Sussex to be seen because she was no longer a part of the show. She left. But having said that, two matters arise from this headline. The first, that naturally the Daily Mail, like many publications, won't pass up a chance to remind this one's wife that she's not part of something. And that really annoys the narcissist. Narcissists expect to be included by virtue of the fact that they are the most important person on the planet. And therefore, if you fail to invite a narcissist to something, even in circumstances where you wouldn't ordinarily, reasonably or rationally believe that they should be invited, you are a traitorous individual. Your failure to invite the narcissist is an awful oversight, which could only be motivated by you being a horrible and malicious individual. You ought to know that the narcissist should be invited. You ought to have invited the narcissist. Your failure to do so just demonstrates what a terrible human being you are. This one's wife would expect to be involved, irrespective of how ridiculous that might be, because she's special. She is wonderful. She's the most important person that exists. Furthermore, the problem that arises from this headline is that it demonstrates that all of the talk about a reboot and a fresh start with the series is all taking place without her. That something which was moderately successful has become much more successful as a consequence of its appearance on Netflix, and she's no longer anything to do with it. And there might be an opportunity for a huge payday for its stars, which of course she believes she should be entitled to, but nobody is asking her. The Suits cast has reunited for an upcoming Super Bowl commercial amid reboot rumours, but this one's wife was nowhere in sight. Since September, theories that the beloved USA legal drama was going to make a comeback have been making their way around the web. And now, some of the stars from the show have reignited that speculation by appearing in a new Elf Cosmetics ad together. Gina Torres, Rick Hoffman, and Sarah Rafferty will star in a new 30-second promotion that will air on CBS during the Super Bowl on February the 11th. And the makeup company shared a sneak peek of it on Tuesday. The teaser shows Elf delivering summons to some of Courtroom Entertainment's most bingeable characters, including the three Suits cast members, as well as Jury Duty's Ronald Gladden, musician Meghan Trainor, RuPaul's Drag Race star Heidi in Closet, and former footballer Emmanuel. How about that, then? The clip begins with comedian Benito Skinner portraying an elf intern named Cooper, who calls this one's wife calls Meghan Trainor to tell her she's been summoned. It then shows the other stars doing various activities before they're interrupted and handed a pink slip of paper asking them to appear in court. It ends with an ambiguous message that reads, "See you in court, February the 11th. While chatting with People, Rick said working with his former co-stars again was peak happiness, while Sarah described it like coming home. They added that Patrick J. Adams couldn't appear in the commercial because he was busy shooting a film in South Africa, but they did not mention this one's wife. That, of course, will wound her. A failure of her former castmates, who are non-intimate secondary sources, provides a problem for her because they should mention her, because she was the most important person on the show. Last summer, Suits, which originally aired from 2011 until 2019, unexpectedly became the most streamed show in the US for 12 weeks straight after it was added to Netflix. Gina told people that the sudden spotlight on the show had been kind of odd and wonderful. It's like, oh right, they're still here. They did incredible work, she said. Everybody in the industry that maybe relegated us to, oh, that's that cute cable show. In September, Patrick sparked rumours that the show would be returning after he started sharing a slew of never-before-seen shots from when he was making the show. The actor, who played Michael James Ross, this one's wife's love interest in the series, posted a carousel of throwback behind-the-scene images of himself and his fellow Suits stars, including many intimate shots of the Duchess of Sussex, which he captioned, "I miss my friends." One of the pictures actually shows Sarah Rafferty, with her hair looking rather tousled, as she's looking at her phone with, and I don't know what she's doing, but this one's wife is lying on the floor with one hand up to her hair, her legs up and her feet resting on the edge of a cabinet. I suppose it's a position that she was well used to, lying on the floor, perhaps adding to her collection of carpet burns. Anyway, there we are. The article tells us that one of the pictures was a black and white portrait of this one's wife who turned to look at the camera with her hand resting against her lips. I think she's trying to do sexy. He shared some more in another post the next day, writing, "The well is deep." Those showcased this one's wife lounging on a sofa and playfully sheltering under an umbrella. How do you playfully shelter? You just shelter, don't you? Anyway, a different shot saw the actress standing on set in a pencil skirt and white blouse as she stared at the ground and held a script in her hand. Both posts were later deleted, as Patrick said they posed as a distraction from the actors' strike. At the time, however, many speculated that his posts were a clue that the hit series was going to make a comeback. Can't be a random throwback, right? Surely it has to be a Suits reunion or something. One social media user theorized. Someone else wrote, "Okay, I'm convinced Suits is coming back because this can't just be nostalgia." "The reboot is coming," read a third comment. A fourth said, "Something's coming, isn't it? Don't give us hope. Is Suits coming back?" 1 month later, it was revealed that a spin-off Suits series was in development at NBC Universal. Series creator Aaron Korsh is reportedly in the early stages of developing the new show, which will be set in the same legal drama world but will feature new characters and take place in Los Angeles rather than New York City. It will not be a reboot or sequel. But there are suggestions that there may well be a reboot of this. But the fact is that the advertisement that has been dropped with a sneak preview naturally involves those who were involved in the series, save this one's wife. And whilst the omission is understandable, it will still irk her because she believes that she was the main character in that show, that she was the centre of the universe, and that everything should have revolved around her. And the failure to include her in this advertisement is an awful oversight, which will get under her skin. No matter how much anybody might say to her, well, they didn't include you because you'd already left, and it's probably the case that you can't do a new series anyway. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the practicalities of it. The fact is, as she would shout and scream and stamp a cloven hoof before dropping to the floor and sobbing, she ought to be invited because it's me. That demonstrates to you the self-absorbed, ridiculous nature of the middle mid-range narcissist. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.